You know all those things that you do on your iPad pretty much every day? Yeah, opening the same few apps like set a focus, start the timer, check your calendar. What if I told you that you can actually turn all of that into one tap? I'm joining Paperlike, and today we dive into Apple shortcuts. We'll create 7 different shortcuts together that you will definitely find most useful during your day today. We're creating a morning dashboard, a digital planning setup, and a creative flow, among other things, all within Apple shortcuts. But before we start, let me just introduce you to what a shortcut is. Shortcuts let your iPad combine a bunch of actions into one tap, as opposed to automations that are basically actions that take place without you triggering them. If you're new to this and you hesitate between both, actually, I would say that you should start with shortcuts. It's much easier and less overwhelming to start with. Now, to build a shortcut, it's really easy. You open your app, you tap on plus, you add actions. It can be open app or start a timer, show weather, whatever it is. There's so many options out there. You put them in the order you want, you name it on the top left, and then you can either share it to your home screen or you can create a widget like I'm going to show you later. Now, what's pretty cool is that the app actually comes packed with a gallery of pre-built shortcuts, and sometimes you can just copy one and tweak it in 30 seconds. All right, so let's get to building some stuff together. First up is the morning dashboard. So what it does is it shows the weather, it opens a motivational quote, and shows today's calendar events. Setting it up is really easy. You open the Shortcuts app, you tap the plus sign, and then you name it Morning Dashboard. Now, search for weather, tap on Show Weather, tap the blue section and add a location. So I use my location and allow access for that, obviously. This will display the weather app whenever you run the shortcut. Now, to add a motivational quote, you have a few options out there. Personally, I use the Daily Affirmations and Quotes app, so I'm going to show you that. But the process is pretty much the same independently of the app you're using. Select Open App in the blue section, choose your app, tap the blue arrow and choose the window location and size. And finally, the calendar events. So you search for calendar, you select Find Calendar Events, there you tap to whatever is in blue and you change it to Is Today. Now you need to search and select Show Alert. You tap on the blue text and choose Calendar Events. Check title so it shows you the name of the event, and now you have your events. You can obviously filter based on your needs, but this works actually pretty well for me. So once you completed all these steps, just check it out, see if it works, and if it doesn't, or if you're not okay with the order, just reorder the actions. Second shortcut we'll build together, we'll call it Digital Planning. Yeah, this one helps you plan your day. It includes your calendar, your planner, and also your focus mode. So to build it, obviously like before, you open your app, you tap on the plus sign, and you name it. For this specific action, I'm using GoodNotes and Paperlike's Pro Planner, but you can use other note-taking apps that actually work with shortcuts. My favorite one is GoodNotes, so that's why I'm using it in this example. So here, just search for GoodNotes, you select Open Document, and you select the planner you want to open from the menu. The good thing by using GoodNotes is that it actually opens the planner on the last page you were working on. Now to add the calendar, just select Open App, tap the blue box and select Calendar. And then tap the blue arrow to set your window location and size. It's important to select right or left, depending on where you want it to open. Now to add your focus settings, you just search for focus, you select Set Focus, and then you choose the focus mode you want. Personally, I like to use Do Not Disturb. Set it to turn on, and you can change the until setting to whatever you prefer. Again, this is all very personal, but I like to have it turned on until I turn it off because I never know how much time I'm going to spend planning my day. And voila, this is how it looks like, quick and easy. As for any shortcut, just foolproof it, test it, and see what works and what not. Moving on to shortcut number 3. This one, I'm going to call it Get Things Done. This is basically your one-tap Start Working button. It opens your task list, it sets focus mode, and starts a Pomodoro clock so you can get straight to work. Now, to build it, it's really easy. Again, tap the plus in the top right corner, name it Get Things Done, and then you start by adding your task list. And this will differ depending on what kind of app you're using. I like to do this a lot, but for the sake of this example, I'm going to be showing this with Apple Reminders because it's already installed on your iPad and it's the lowest possible effort. So to do that, just search for Reminders, open View, tap the blue text and choose Today. This basically just opens your task list. Now to add your focus settings, you just search for focus, select set focus, you just choose the focus mode you want. Here as well, I use do not disturb, and you set it to turn on, just like you did for the previous shortcut. And finally, you're gonna add your Pomodoro timer. So you search for timer, you select start timer, you tap the blue text and change it to 25 minutes. And that's it. So just like I said before, you can play with the order and see what works best for you. You can also open another app that you definitely need to actually finish your tasks. But because that app is somewhat different from task to task, I actually don't open anything else. I just use this to check my list and then open whatever app I need to complete the tasks. And now something for receipts, forms, class handouts, pretty much all the paper that refuses to die. I call this shortcut scan and file, and basically what it does is it scans, names, and saves the file as a PDF in a defined folder. This one actually works best with an app called Actions that you can find for free on the App Store. This adds just extra shortcut actions to your shortcuts. I'm saying shortcuts a lot, aren't I? I am. So in order to build it, just search for scan documents. Make sure to select the scan documents with the Actions app icon in front of it. Very important here is to keep use PDF toggled off. Basically, this will open your camera so you can take a picture of whatever you want to scan. Okay, now we need to rename the file, and this is where it kind of gets a little complicated, but it's not, in fact. So bear with me here. So you need to search for wait to return, and then search for get clipboard, and then search for get images from input. Change the blue text to clipboard, and then you search for make PDF. You change the blue text to images if it's not done automatically, and then you search for set name. Change the blue text that says input to PDF if it's not done automatically as well, and then you change the blue text that says name to ask each time. This allows you to name every file independently. I know this looks like a lot of different steps, but once they're set, basically everything runs smoothly. Okay, finally you're gonna save your file. And this is actually easy because you search for save file, you change the blue text to renamed file, and then you tap on the blue arrow and you toggle on ask where to save. And this will allow you to actually choose where you want to save every single file. But obviously you can also choose a defined folder where you save all your scanned files, which is what I'm doing here. And after you've done this, you just test it, and voila, your scan and file shortcut is done. Moving on to our fifth shortcut, share to socials. And this one is for those who actually want to post photos on Instagram, but don't have them in the right format. So to build it, it's really easy. You just search for photos and then select photos. You turn off select multiple unless you want to batch post. So this action will prompt every time you trigger the shortcut, meaning that every time you do this, you can choose another photo. Then you search for resize image and you tap the blue text to set a size. Now, I like to set the width to 1080p and leave the height to automatic so it preserves the proportions. Then I actually like to convert the image. This is pretty much optional, but I like to convert it to JPEG. So to do that, you basically search for convert image and then set it to JPEG. And finally, to share it to Instagram, you just search for Instagram, select post on Instagram. So for the caption, you just tap the blue arrow and add ask each time, so you can choose a caption every time you post a photo. And from there, you can actually choose however you want to share it. If you want to share it as a post, as a story, or in a private message. Okay, one thing you need to make sure of is that you are connected to your socials when triggering the shortcut. If not, it's not gonna work. Moving on to our next shortcut, creative flow. Basically, this one opens your drawing or a blank canvas next to an inspiration or reference of your choice. To do that, you just search for Open App, and there you choose the app of your choice. I choose Procreate. Then you use the blue arrow to designate the window location and size, which for me it makes sense that it's on my left. After that, you search for URL. In the blue box, you paste the reference link that you want. I started doing calligraphy a couple months back, so I actually paste a YouTube playlist that I use, but you can use pretty much anything else. After that, you need to search for open URL because this is actually going to open your URL. Okay, that's pretty much it. So both open side by side, but to be honest, you can add other elements to your creative flow. I usually like to have a Spotify playlist as well because I like music while I'm drawing or while I'm writing, while I'm doing anything actually, so you can easily do that as well. Okay, and our last shortcut is called End of Day Reset. This is how you stop tomorrow from becoming panic planning. It basically prompts a few questions, it saves your answers, it opens a planner, and it allows you to set an alarm. Okay, you can do this with multiple different apps and you can add your reflection questions in multiple different ways. I'm gonna show you one that I feel is very easy to do. It saves into Apple Notes and from there you can just take it and write it into your planner right away. So to build this, it's really easy. You need to search for Ask for Input. There you enter your first question. So first question here is, what did I finish today? And obviously you leave your input as text, as you can see here in blue. Then you repeat this step for whatever prompts you want. I actually have 3. This sequence will prompt every question one after the other, and you will be able to answer them. But now you need to save that text, right? And to do that, you search for Add Text. Here in Select Variables, you can choose Current Date. Then you type End of Day Reset, you type Finished, then you tap the space here, and you tap Select Variable. Here you can choose Ask for Input from the corresponding question. And then you repeat the action for all the questions you have. It should basically look like this, but now to save it, you still need a couple more steps. You're going to search for Append to Note, and here you make sure that text is selected. Tap the note field and choose an existing note. So basically you'll need to have a note created for this purpose because you won't be able to create a note from here. So I already had a note created that is called Daily Reset. So this part is actually done because it's going to create an entry in your note every time you trigger the shortcut. Now all you need to do is search for good notes, open your document, select your planner. Thanks to this, you'll be able to move your tasks from your prompts directly into your planner. And by the way, I use this planner every single day. I will link a free version of it in the description. And one last thing you can add is your alarm clock. So basically you search for Create Alarm or Add Alarm, you set your preferred time, and voila! You run it, you test it. If everything's going according to plan, you can just start move tasks from one side to the other, and your alarm for tomorrow morning is set. And now all you have to do is share every single shortcut to your home screen, or as I prefer to do, is creating a widget that will live as a very colorful dashboard on your home screen. And these are all the shortcuts I have for you today. But to be honest, if you're new to this, don't build them all. Just start with one. Because once you feel your iPad handling the setup steps for you, you'll start noticing friction everywhere, and you are gonna wanna fix it. Now, if you're looking for apps to help you with your iPad productivity, you should definitely check out our latest video on the subject. From my end, that's it. I really hope this was helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.